Welcome to the Lotus Goddess Divine Love. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Welcome back everyone, and welcome if you're new to my channel. I do Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Twin Flame Journey Charm readings. Let's begin, and just keep in mind that this is a general reading. Let's see what message comes through. And if this doesn't resonate, that's okay. You can have a look at one of my other readings. These readings are timeless. Oh, this Divine Masculine is very emotional here in this reading. They feel like their pride got in the way of your relationship and in your connection. They feel like they allowed their pride to take control. It's like even if they loved you a lot, even if they were, say, if they were wrong about something or they knew that they were um, not being fair, they let their pride win. And I see here that this Divine Masculine is getting very emotional about how they treated you, what happened in the past. And at this point, it's like these emotions are overwhelming because they feel sad. They feel sad that they're in separation from you. They feel sad about not having communication. So some of these Divine Masculines haven't been in communication with Divine Feminine for a long time. I see here that there's no communication here. And if they are in communications, very little. I don't feel like it's deep conversation. It's more of like just for the sake of saying something for a specific purpose or reason. Like, say, if there is some kind of connection you two have, that you two have to communicate for a specific responsibility or reason, that's the only communication I see. But other than that, there's no communication. And this Divine Masculine is feeling very sad about, like, how did it come to this? Like, we were so open with each other. You know, we used to talk all the time. Divine Feminine was so open to me. I mean, they're asking that question, like, how did it come to this? But they know the answer. They know it. That's why they feel so sad here. There's sadness here, overwhelmed. They think about the past. They feel like they were very selfish and prideful. I see here selfish, prideful, and they feel they were very immature. I see immaturity here. That they were not, basically, they did not step into the Divine Masculine energy. Okay, so they were not in that mature place where they can, speak coming from the counterpart, like they didn't sound like the king. They sounded like the joker. They didn't sound like the king. And they know that. It's like, I know that I was immature then. I mean, it's okay to have humor. Like, that's fine. Like, to joke. Like, we all like humor, right? Well, I do. But there is a time and place for everything, right? So this Divine Masculine, they were quite immature along the way. Like, they were immature throughout. I feel like throughout the connection with Divine Feminine. So when you two were in a relationship, there was a very immature energy here. And they were immature in the way that they responded because it was coming also from a place of pride. So immaturity, pride, a little bit of arrogance as well here. They're feeling sad. They feel sad about the separation. They feel sad about that there's no communication with you two now. They know they've created a distance. They see you as somebody who's very beautiful, that has everything happening for themselves. Even if they don't know details about your life, just hearing bits and pieces, or seeing, even just seeing your photo or something like that, they know that you've grown a lot. They know that you have evolved. They know that you put you put in the work and energy to build yourself, to become a better version of yourself. They know that, and they see you as somebody who's made it. Like they see you as somebody to, like, wow, this is someone, I'm inspired by divine feminine. They kind of look up to you, kind of thing. So I see here that they are mesmerized by who you've become. So they know that you've done the work. They know that you've put in the work into yourself, and they see you as like, what I feel, some divine feminines, you went, it's like this is, it was like a roller coaster. You went up, right? Meaning that you built yourself, you grew, you started to succeed, and then there were moments where you started to drop a bit, right? Because of the emotions, the overwhelming, experience of the journey. You felt like you needed a rest kind of like moment, and then you went up again, right? So they saw, some of these masculines saw that drop, like when you dropped, subtle, like subtle drops, right? But they know that the end result, meaning that your goal was to become the best version of yourself. They they sensed it, they felt it, they seen it. So when they see you, they are in awe, like, wow, this divine feminine. They're impressed. And you didn't do it to impress divine masculine. You did it to be your best. You wanted to be the best. It's like, I put all that energy into the relationship with masculine. Why not put that energy into me? And that's what you did. You put the focus on yourself, and then you started to build, you started to grow. You became so beautiful, stronger. And your energy, it's so powerful. And some of you, I feel like recently you feel that you are starting to, you know, become the stronger version of yourself. Like you recently started to feel like, I feel like lighter. The things that used to bother me in the past no longer bother me. And you're fine with this. Like you don't even think about it. You're like, wow, like I feel different. I'm not who I used to be. And that's great. I feel like you think about it sometimes. You might be reminded for whatever reason. You might think about your old version of yourself, right? Who you used to be. It's like, wow, that you feel like you've grown up basically, right? It has nothing to do with age, but spiritually you have evolved. You have grown. You have built yourself from within. It's like now you feel like you're unstoppable. You feel like you can just keep going. You have that inner flame, right? That desire to do more for yourself. You have that self-love, that nourishing love, that desire to build, to inspire, to grow. And you feel that, and you recognize that. You start to even recognize that amongst other people as well. You can see it, and you're like, I don't want to. It's like sometimes you feel propelled away from, like, I don't want to absorb that person's energy, because I know that I'm in a good state at this time. In a good place where I'm at. You may hear certain things, like say if somebody has this really, like, say if you ask them, how's your day going, and then they tell you, oh, um my car broke down, blah blah blah, this happened to me this morning, and then I had to take another road, and then this happened, and then I lost my wallet, I lost my keys, I broke my heel, whatever the case may be, right? You are hearing all these stories, and you're like, yeah, that's sorry to hear that. You engage in those conversations, but you're like, oh, I really don't want to be a part of this conversation. I feel like some of you are protecting your energy, and even if you hear it, it's not going to do anything, because you know, you're already vibrating at a high vibration, right? That's not your energy, right? You're not going to just because you hear it doesn't mean you will consume it, right? Unless you allow it, unless you allow it to consume you. It's kind of like if somebody gives like a like a rude response or something like that, right? So If somebody says something that's not like really nice, it's like, okay, like you don't let it affect you because you've already grown. You've you're a stronger version of yourself. And this divine feminine is very, very beautiful. Like I see divine feminine in this reading, you're glowing, you're a queen. You're radiating, and this divine masculine sees this about you. They see you as somebody very powerful. That beauty within is very powerful. You have unconditional love for yourself, divine feminine, in this reading. Unconditional love is being highlighted for yourself. And this divine masculine sees this beauty within you. And now, when they think about the past, when they think about the present as well, the present is really bothering them at this time. It is connected to the past because of whatever happened in the past, the separation, right, has led to this point. And they question themselves, like, how did it get to this point? Well, they know the answer. They know that they've created that distance between you two. They know that their pride got in the way. And it's making them very emotional. The thought of you two not having that strong, you know, having conversations, having that strong connection, which they really desire. I see here that they really desire, they long for it. It's like a longing for that. But they're not ready. I see here they're not ready because there's still emotions that need to be released here. Can you imagine like this divine masculine is still not healed from certain things and then they return to you? You don't want them to be in that place. You want them to be fully healed. I mean, fully healed meaning ready, healed enough to be ready to be in a connection with you. Like they're not going to be 100% healed, but it's going to be like to a place where they are strong enough to maintain the connection and to build the connection and to take on the responsibility as a counterpart, because responsibility as a counterpart is such a big responsibility. And if this divine masculine is not healed from within, how are they able to, not only carry themselves, but how are they able to hold the connection, right? So they need to, as the divine masculine counterpart, there is a lot of work that they need to do from within first. And emotions, yes, there's different types of emotions too, right? It's not going to only be about like tears and sadness. There's other things here that needs to be, I feel like, felt, like they need to feel it. There's things that they were avoiding here. I see here that there cannot be a restoring of the connection or some sort of reunion until this divine masculine completely transforms into their true form. There needs to be a transformation. I see here there needs to be a huge transformation. It's like phoenix rising kind of transformation. And I don't think this divine masculine really sees this yet, because they're still in that feeling of like the past, what happened in the past, and how did things happen in this way, and where am I at, and feeling sad about the separation and how you two have a distance now between each other. And some of you physically, you are physically far from each other. Like this masculine could have moved far away, because I see here long distance travel, and they're thinking about, why did I move on the other side of the world? Why did I move on the opposite side, or and different, state or different country? Why did I do that? They're looking at that now. It's like now they're thinking, I'm far from divine feminine. I'm in a place where I don't want to be at. Why did I run away? They were not only running away from the connection, they were running away from their responsibility, the responsibility of the divine connection. So taking on the leadership role, taking on the leadership role as the counterpart. You have the leadership role of the divine feminine and the leadership role of the divine masculine, and coming into union and having balance. They didn't want to take the responsibility of their role. So what did it do for the divine feminine? It just pushed divine feminine into their leadership role. They took on the lead on behalf of both of them. This divine feminine kept on moving. I see her divine feminine has grown a lot. And they know it. They know that you've taken on a lot. And now they see the result of it and they admire it. And they know that they've allowed their pride to get in the way of their growth and got in the way of your connection, your relationship. So this is the reading for today. I hope you like this reading. If you like my readings, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below. And thank you all for watching. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye.